Key. I'm live. Welcome to part 32. Well, they can't actually hear you, so they can't hear you. Yeah, can't hear you on Discord. Nope, they won't. They never know. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it is. Okay. Let's go and speak with Minfidia and go and start the last part of this quest line. The 25th anniversary of Final Fantasy IX. My least favourite of the Final Fantasies here. I never played Final Fantasy 2. Yeah, I never played Final Fantasy 2. Definitely you're not coming through, so you can't be heard, so you're safe. Right, Minfidia, speak. Plainly, should the worst come to pass and Leviathan is summoned, our only recourse will be to face him in battle. Given past experience, you may very well think the eventuality inevitable. Yet, so as long as there's even a chance that the Primal's return might be prevented, we must needs bend all our efforts toward achieving that goal. Before we do aught else, let us hasten to Limsa and Limsa and meet with the Admiral. She will not have been idle in the intervening time and will doubtless have valuable information to share. Limsa, the land of the pirates. You're expected to take this lift to the command room. Web or Melweb. Welcome, friends. I take it your Tola has apprised you of the situation. Let us not waste no time then. According to our best intelligence, the Shahargan have not crystals enough to summon their god. Alas, we did not count on the Serpent Reavers venturing as far as Fanland to supplement their cache. For our short-sightedness, we are faced with the grim prospect of Leviathan's imminent return. Needless to say, I'm not inclined to let the fishbacks have their way. Even as we speak, the Maelstrom make ready to launch a full-scale operation to thwart the summoning, and we would welcome the silent support in this endeavour. But if, God forbid, our efforts should come to naught, we need to trouble you more than to mere support, much as I did when Titan last walked these lands. Lady Minfidia, I'm given to understand that you mean to accompany our soldiers to the front lines. I can only assume that you have the sound reasons for doing so. I do, Admiral, but I would rather not be drawn on their nature. I will only say that there is something I would see with my own eyes. Is that so? Well, I am not so stubborn to deny the wish of one whose aid I require, but precautions must be taken. I shall require that you remain by my side at all times. With that settled, let us speak of the operation. Lieutenant Okaya, our scouts are... yeah, I'm a lieutenant now. Yay! I think it can become storm captain. I think that's the highest you can get. There are higher ranks, but they have never unlocked them and never bothered to unlock them, which is weird. Never. No reason why they've never given the extra ranks. You can see them, but you can't become them. Stupid. Lieutenant Ikea, our scouts are currently reckoning Sahaga movements with the Sapper spawning grounds. Upon completion of their mission, they will return to the operating staging point at Camp Skull Valley. I want you to make your way with the forthwith that you might be appraised of the latest intelligence. Commander Falk Raider has charge of the garrison. Yeah. Well, I can show you the ranks. It's weird. Let's see. Are we on the F castle? Where are we? Hey, dickweed. Go up. I'll take a brief to show it. A brief interlude. It's only a brief interlude. The thing is, it's not very far. I think captain's the highest ranking you can get. He's captain, isn't it? Captain, isn't it? The highest you can get. Yeah. So you're second lieutenant, first lieutenant, and then captain. But there are ranks above that. There's commander and but they've never bothered to add them. Yes. Yeah, so the second commander, first commander, high commander, rear marshal, vice marshal, marshal, grand marshal, champion. But they never bothered. It's like they did the ranks and then just gave up. Maybe people complain too much. That's what tends to happen. They complain too much and then they stop. They go, well, fuck it. I disagree. They should focus on console rather than PC. Sodom. Yeah, they should concentrate on the consoles rather than the PC. I've been expecting you, Silent and the Seventh Dawn. On behalf of the men and women here, I thank you for your cooperation. The safety of our citizens is paramount. With your aid, we will prevent the Leviathan's return. As you may already know, Maelstrom scouts have been dispatched to reticon the Saspa spawning grounds. Though it pains me to admit it, the Maelstrom have never faced a foe the likes of this before. We must proceed with all due caution. Among other things, there are orders to determine where Leviathan might emerge, assuming it comes to that. And yet their return is long overdue. I fear that ill may have befallen them. For better or worse, we must ascertain their fate. If it's not too much to ask, I would have you aid us in the search. 5 scouts ventured into Saspa, all told. Here, take this flask of restorative to tend those who may have been wounded. And it pains me to even consider the notion. If they have perished, circumstances permitting, I ask that you recover their bodies. By no means venture too deep into enemy territory, however. We can ill afford to lose you to this juncture. Okay. Help somebody of all the times to get restorative. Thank you, I owe you my life. We are ambushed by serpent reavers, lightly armed as we are, weak in stand chance. He says, wielding an axe and full leather armour. I was able to flee this far, but others were captured or taken to the serpent's tongue, I'm certain of it. Going my way back to camp and fear the worst for my comrades. Saved them, I beg you. Well, they're dead. You have returned, thanked the navigator. When I learned that you went into Serpent's Tongue by yourself, I feared that you would meet an untimely demise. But tell me, what become of the others? Dear gods, these wounds were not intended to kill, but to torture and maim. Does their savagery know no bounds, enemies or no? They go too far. I dread to think what may have become of the two who remain unaccounted for. I pray that they haven't suffered the same evil fate. Sorry? Come. At the very least, one of my men came back alive, and for that I owe you my thanks. The price we paid was dear, but we have intelligence we need. Even as we speak, the Admiral finalises the details of the operation. The war horns will sound any moment now. Be ready to sally forth when they do. Tally-ho! Yes, good old ships. Yeah. Thrice damned fishback bastards. I was killed them slowly, and they chased their rotten souls through all 7 hells. Well, fucking hell. Bit dramatic, ain't it? Peace, Commander. We are here for a purpose, and vengeance is not it. I want your mind on the task at hand, savvy? Oh, my apologies, Admiral. You may count on me to keep a clear head. Good. According to our sole surviving scout, the Sahagin and their thralls have already begun to amass at the Aetheryte in the depths of Saspa. If we are to act, it must be now. The men are ready. But we await your orders, Admiral. As predicted, the Sahagin have tightened security in and around the spawning grounds. A frontal assault is likely to be met with fierce resistance. But we are not so heartless as that, Commander. We will divide our forces and strike them hard and fast at key locations. Remember, our ultimate objective is to take the Aetheryte and eliminate the Sahagin priest presiding over the summoning. We are not here to kill them all. The Maelstrom shall engage and distract the Sahagin legion of drowned pirates at the Serpent's Tongue, Commander. You have charge over this effort. Be mindful that the lay of the land here is the devilish for attacking forces. Let the foreign levies spearhead the assault and have subsequent units fan out to cover their flanks. At the self-same moment, a divisionary squadron formed of galleons from the Crimson Fleet shall harry the enemy from offshore. Harry! Hurrah! It's a good thing for you they can't hear you, isn't it? In the likewise, we Scions shall form smaller units in hopes of confusing the Sahagin defensive effort. Mino and Justola, the two of you are to make your way to the site of the summoning ritual. The Admiral's diversion should serve to thin the enemy defences, rendering your path less perilous. A small party, I believe, should be able to win through without drawing unwarranted attention. Thancred and you, Geary, your mission is to lure as many Sahagin as possible out the spawning grounds. Having done so, take to your heels and circle around to join an infiltration unit of Justola and Mino. When all has been set in motion, I myself shall cut a path to the Aetheryte, accompanied by Lady Minfilia, as was agreed. Well, don't let me keep you, friends. To battle! For the Emperor! When last did we fight side by side, Mino? Too long ago, I warrant. But come, let us away. Well, there was that time at Titan when you chickened out and said you didn't have enough ether to come with me, and also the one time when I faced off against an angry Google on my own, and you didn't help me out. So yeah, so I fight side by side. Yeah, me and you, so. joke unto itself being helped by the sirens is like it's more of a hindrance than help. The fuck? Where am I? Crap baskets. Wrong place. I'm just going to sit here and laugh at you. Level 48 penis. You can't hurt me. You even wanted to. Alright. Go through the first checkpoint and defeat any Sahagin that appear. Thanks for the help, you Tyler. She's so helpful. I wouldn't know what I would have been able to do without her. You've never met the scions of the 7th Dawn, have you? Scions of the 7th unhelpful. It's just total. Sorry? Dragon nut. Cool. And there's just Tyler on the other end, and she needs aid. Pray not concern yourself, 'tis was but a glancing blow. Come, the Ether is close at hand, let us press on. 'Tis was a scratch! I think it should be voiced. No, it's going to be voiced, I think this. I don't have to speak this bit out.
Damn them. They have made thralls of soldiers and civilians both. Did I miss much? So that is how you fight in the Far East. Mental note, pick no quarrel with Domans. But seriously, if I am to keep up, I must needs forsake elegance for efficiency. To the Aetherite!
You'll forgive me my lateness.
I've been something of a liability of late, I know. 'Tis high time I set about making amends.
Long have you shriveled swordwalkers tormented our kind. But no more! Your time is at an end! You shall perish with salt in your wounds and sea in your lungs. Lord of the world, hearken to our plea. Lord of the world, deliver us from our misery.
Do you feel that?
I know this sensation. It's the echo.
What? Such power! It is transcendent!
Seven hells!
Strike me down if you will. It is futile! I have mastered the gift! I am eternal! O mighty Leviathan, ruler of the seas, born of waters primordial, gods. Deliverance. I beseech you, come forth!
Die, damn you!
Foolish shorewalker! You cannot kill that which is eternal!
Heavens forfend. Damn it all!
My being ebbs away. It should by right be infinite. Am I not immortal? Curse you, emissary! You promised me everlasting.
Where did he go?
What say you? Nary a single ship? Hells take that sea demon. Gather the survivors and get to shore. Leave the wrecks for the pirates. Leviathan wastes no time. The diversionary squadron is lost. For a mercy, 'twould seem the Primal now makes for open sea. But why does he not press his advantage? Unless... God save us. He means to unleash a tidal wave.
Well, shit. Understand I speak of no normal wall of water. That which Leviathan makes ready to conjure carries more destructive power than aught seen in nature. Enough to raise entire coastal settlements if his last attempt is any guide. We cannot suffer history to be repeated, yet how in the seven hells are we to prevent it? Into the heart and the wall. The web is brooding over Leviathan's return. Well, though our plight cries out for action, we must take thought. So, as long as Leviathan remains an open sea, he is effectively beyond our reach. Our fleet is second to none, of that you may be sure. But the Liminian herself would struggle to best the Lord of Woe in his element. In the straight fight, he would make meat and matchwood of us. We need another plan. That much is a plain. And let us return to Limsa and see if we cannot think of one. I shall await you in the command room. I'm about to unlock it if you're interested. The Leviathan fight. Okay. You're expected in the command room, pray do not keep the Admiral waiting. Okay, dickheads, you thought up a plane yet?
There used to be a hamlet beyond South Tidegate in western Lanosha. Hearthstone, it was called. Some years prior to the Maelstrom's founding, Leviathan rose from the briny depths and set about unleashing watery hell upon us. On that occasion, the Company of Heroes put him down before he could do too much damage. But when the bastard came next, this time in the wake of the calamity, we were not so fortunate. Weary of ravaging our shoreline, he summoned a tidal wave which fair leveled Hearthstone and washed the soil away for good measure.
The area was subsequently occupied by the Sahagin.
Aye, the thrice-damned creatures transformed it into a spawning ground for their brood. Given the quantity of crystals stolen to feed him and his legion of thralls, we can be fairly sure that Leviathan is stronger now than in his previous incarnations. If that sea demon is left to wreak havoc, what befell Hearthstone may well befall a larger settlement, even Limsa. That cannot happen. The Primal must be stopped.
That was ever our objective, Admiral. But how are we to achieve it? The sea is Leviathan's uncontested domain. The ships of the 3rd Squadron could not close to within 100 yards of the Primal, nor could their cannons pierce his defenses.
I have read the reports, Master Thancred. Our warships may as well have been bloody pleasure barges for all the good they did. 7 hells! Is there no way that we might strike back?
The Company of Heroes defeated Leviathan, having first lured him into an inlet, but we must needs contend with him upon the open sea. It will avail us little to consult past experience.
Admiral, if I may.
Speak freely, Marshal.
By all accounts, Leviathan's most formidable weapon is the very sea itself. Waves and whirlpools, tides and currents, all these things are his to command. The key to victory, I believe, lies in disarming our foe. This, in effect, is what the Company of Heroes achieved with their ruse. We cannot lure Leviathan from the sea a second time. But what if we could weaken his hold upon the element of water? I have heard of devices capable of such wonders. They draw upon the power of corrupted crystals, I am told. If mounted upon a ship, such a device might be used to prevent Leviathan from bringing the full force of the sea to bear against us, rendering him no more dangerous than any other sea serpent.
Of course! Sid built a similar device to grant the Enterprise safe passage through Garuda's Tempest, did he not?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but to give credit where it's due, this is something I heard from an old arcanist friend of mine.
It makes little difference who thought of it first, so long as it works. Beg the specifications of this device from your friend, and I shall pass them on to our people at Naldic and Vermelis. But before we proceed any further, I would voice one concern. Piercing Garuda's defenses is one thing. Suppressing Leviathan's attacks, quite another. In matters of science, I am as a babbling babe. But I cannot well imagine that such a feat would be possible without a veritable mountain of corrupted crystals. The question being, do we have a ship big enough to bear such a burden?
Mayhap not, Admiral, but two might. Recall you the tale of Mistbeard's greatest haul? It is said that he lashed 2 ships together, side by side, the better to bear his plunder. By your leave, we might attempt to repeat the trick. The gods know it would be quicker than building a new vessel.
Mistbeard did this. Truly, Marshal, upon the subject of the Pirate King, you are as a scholar.
Now, from what I have gleaned of these matters, the device will need to be in close and constant proximity to the target. To wit, we must lash our twin vessel to Leviathan. This in itself will be no small feat. Ramming speed will be required, but given the weight of the cargo, that will only be attainable with the aid of a towing vessel. Suffice it to say, the task of piloting said vessel will entail considerable danger, and I would not ask it of another. I volunteer myself.
'Twill be dangerous for all involved, but we have no better recourse. Very well. Commodore, assemble the remnants of the fleet at Morabee Bay. Give priority to our soundest vessels. The repairs can wait. Storm Marshal Slafierson, command of the operation is yours. I want that twin vessel ready to sail post-haste.
At once, Admiral.
And then there is the small matter of slaying the beast. The fate of Limsa rests upon your shoulders once again. Go well, warrior of light.
Ishigiri. Beings held as gods also exist in what you call the Far East. Legends tell us that they walked among us in days of yore, but I confess that I've never truly believed them. That I should have lived and behold one is humbling and horrifying in equal measure. Now that I've come face to face with a primal, I do begin to understand why the Guardians fear them so. What is it? A message, Admiral. I judged it best that it be delivered at once. I am listening. According to the Yellow Jackets, a man has appeared who claims to have defeated Leviathan. One of the company of heroes. Details are yet hazy, Admiral. We have dispatched one of our own to question the individual. I am disinclined to put us any store by this claim, and even should it be true, it is, as the Solar said, none save the company of heroes have bested Leviathan, and we know how they went about it. If this man is of their number, he could tell us what to do, not know already. And yet, having wagered Limsa's survival on 2 ships, some rope and a pile of crystals, we can afford to ignore this man. If his testimony could yield us any manner of advantage, should we not hear it? Damn it all. Twin vessel will soon be ready. We have no time to wait for the Maelstrom report on the supposed Primal Slayer's claims. Mino, seek him out and learn what he knows. At the very least, it will spare you the torment of waiting on for the reckoning in idleness. The man you are looking for is believed to be residing by the Grey Fleet in Lower Nausicaa. The Storm Private sent to question him has already been in the vicinity. May your journey prove fruitful. I think I know who this idiot's going to be. No, it's not. No, it's not Sloppy. I think it's the Wally who said he defeated Titus. Yeah, claiming again he's defeated a primal. Yeah, Sloppy's not around just yet. They not know the glory of sloppiness. We'll soon know Sloppy. Sloppy. Yeah, I think I know who this Wally is. Sloppy. Who would have stormed private at the Grey Fleet? You would think that this idiot would realise he's getting in serious trouble. One if he's as clever as me, he can't pronounce Leviathan correctly. I wonder what he's going to call him. Leviathan or something. Now look here, you're all bloody, you have your bloody story right after you carry those sacks of grain over to the mill. But sir, that's what you said before you had me pick the oranges in for you and had me muck out the top out of Chocobo stables, and before I rolled a millstone over to the mill, and also before. God's man. I worked 3 days straight without a wink of sleep. 3 days, and do you hear me complaining? Here's him, Touchcum. But I suppose some of us ain't made for the rougher stuff. All right, I'll give you what you want. Never let it be said that old Touchcum ain't a generous soul. Now prick your ears, because I won't be repeating myself. Too modest, see. Besides, there's only so much epicness a man can take in one sitting. You can. The tale of Chatstrum's epic victory over the dread primal Leviathan. Leviathan. Now, Leviathan, huge, make no mistake, to give me an idea how big each one of his scales is, about as wide across as members long, and that's no mean feat, let me tell you. Yes. We know what he's talking about. This is definitely not for kids. I must have, when I fought him, I would barely see for all the brine he was pelting at me with. Must have a lagoon's worth at least. He even knocked me trusty axe out of my hands at one stage. Of course, that proved to be a grave mistake. What happened next? Why, I grabbed him by the tail and tied him up in knots. But not wanting to take all the glory for myself, I let me mates in the company of Hero handle the rest. Like I said, I'm modest as well as heroic, mayhap too modest. Now, there's some as say ye can ever truly beat Leviathan. That's you got. To learn to live with him and make best of a bad situation. Not the company, though. It's you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. I'm just enjoying the attention is all. I take back everything I said. I'm never part of the company of heroes. I'm a marauder. I'm actually a complete coward. I'm nothing. I'm Chocobo Dunn. No, I'm the maggots you'll find wiggling in Chocobo Dunn. I have to lie to women to tumble them, and I don't make much. My member's tiny. It's pathetic. He's a coward, and he's saying that his member is tiny. I'm sure the hell didn't fight Leviathan, but I've seen him with my own eyes. 'Tis was a few years back when I was working as a baker's hand. I was shirking my duties one day, loitering about the harbour when I saw it. A great massive sea serpent with arms off the coast, with a fleet of galleons making straight for it, cannons firing. I was so bloody scared I saw myself right there and then. What? Oh God, just remembering that day makes me saw myself all over again. Hey wait, if you're asking about leather beaters, that means you're planning to fight him, ain't you? Well, take care. He's really terrible, dreadful. I tell you, if you're not careful, you end up in his gullet at the bottom of the sea. Why, you worthless lion horse, son. I cannot believe you made me handle chocobo tongue. Mino, this is Mephilia. Were you able to learn aught from against Leviathan? I beg your pardon. Laver beaters. I see. That is unfortunate. At any rate, I have tidings for you. Twin vessels are now complete. We await you at Mulberry Docks. Pray make your way there here as soon as you are able. You swat. Leave your beaters. I mean... trying to change to a tank because it's going, otherwise the queue's going to be forever. I'm told your jaunt to the Grey Fleet proved fruitless. My sympathies less. I wager it served to take your mind off the efforts of recent days, though. But even of that nonsense, the moment of truth is upon us. Twin vessel, the war letter, I call her, the Wall Eater, is complete, and she surpasses all my expectations. In addition to her prestigious tonnage, she has been fitted with a platform that you and yours might manoeuvre freely in battle. I would mention also that she's nigh unsinkable, but I am not one to tempt fate. The Wall Eater and her crew stand ready, my friend. Just give the word and we shall bear you to Leviathan. The Lord of the War. Ah, I know that look. You are ready. Having been constructed in some haste, the Wall Eater may not be pretty, but she's capable. She's been fitted with what our friends at Nanquig and Vermeerly are calling a elemental converter. Assuming the thing works, it will use the power of the corrupted crystals on board to rob Leviathan of his hold over water. Depending on how the battle unfolds, you may well need to activate the device manually. Keep that in mind. Or not at all, as some people will normally do. It is expected that the Sahagin and their thralls will attempt to come to Leviathan's defence. Accordingly, the Maelstrom will once again employ diversion. Vanquishing this Toner, I would have you assist in this effort. If it is to fulfil its purpose, your diversionary force will not want for numbers. By your leave, I would volunteer my blade. We would welcome it, having seen you fight at Sass, but I dare say the fishbacks will find your presence highly diverting. Franklin and Yastolo, if you would join the Third Levy, and Lady Daguri the Fifth. Bless you. But for words I have for the woman who have made the sport slaying gods. Only these: go wary, for the seas are an unforgiving place to wage war. May the navigator guide you through the storm, warrior of light. I would echo the Admiral's sentiments and add the word of my own. Know that we all have utmost faith in you, Mino. May the crystal bless you and keep you. Well, if I fail miserably, you're all dead, so... Okay. No, it's just the waiting. Why would that be available? Stupid. Ding 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 ding. Ding 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 ding. A lie? This 1.0's video was much better. Yeah. I hate pretending I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know what I'm doing. It's difficult to like demonstrate I don't know what I'm doing. He dead. A Admiral W issue. Okay. Your problem is solved. I killed your giant sea serpent. Leviathan is dead. Knowing the urgency of your business and the urgency of your business, I thought it best to refrain from making conversation during your past few visits. But today, I will permit myself a few words. I am truly privileged to have had the honour of meeting a hero such as you. You're an inspiration to us all, madam, and on that note, the Admiral waits you in the command room. Wink. I suppose if he gets his chance. Let me Webb.
We Lominsans are sworn to strive, till sea swallows all. And swallow all it would have, had Leviathan prevailed. That we still strive now, we owe in no small part to you. Not for the first time, you have delivered Limsa Lominsa from the wrath of a primal. Never has our nation known a stouter ally. On behalf of my people, I give you my humblest thanks. 'Tis meet that I give thanks to old Mistbeard, too, for his fine solution. Whatever else he may have been, 'tis clear he was a resourceful soul. Would that I had a man like him in my service.
Before I set foot in these lands, I had no inkling that the people of Eorzea contended with such mighty foes. Suffice it to say, their existence came as something of a shock, as did the idea that they could be defeated.
You know, Yugiri, we are the same race, you know that, right?
This experience has served to remind me of the vastness of the world, and the boundless potential of man.
Huh? Yeah. Surprised she doesn't mention it. I mean, it's not exactly a spoiler. You can even see, you can tell that she's a Hanamura.
Though I am but a refugee in this realm, I would fain be of use to you in your fight. Know that I am tutored in one of the foremost combat arts of the Far East. It may seem outlandish to the Eorzean eye, but should any of your people care to learn, I would be pleased to initiate them.
And I will see to it that they are grateful. I have no doubt that your knowledge and skills will serve us well. Besides, your art is not so outlandish as you think. Would you not agree, Master Thancred?
Naught escapes your searching eye, Admiral. Few are privy to this information, but Limsa is home to a certain secret fraternity. Its members are trained in a form of combat not unlike your own. By my judgment, it should not be beyond such individuals to adapt to the techniques I witnessed you employing with such admirable deftness.
I am heartened to hear this. I too noted a kinship between your style and mine own, though it seemed to me that you fought differently in the beginning.
I suppose I did. What can I say? I'm a man of many talents.
Though you may labor to believe it, Thancred was once something of a scoundrel who fraternized with the criminal class in these parts.
Yestola! You jest, of course.
But for a chance encounter with Alphino's grandsire, he might never have left Limsa, or received an education in Sharlayan, or taken up his post in Uldar, which is where he trained in the blade, lest you wonder.
Minfilia, please!
It would seem there is more to you than meets the eye, Master Thancred.
Lady Yugiri, I am told that you and yours came to Eorzea seeking permanent resettlement, and that many domins have since been engaged as frontier hands at Revenant's Toll. Morderna is many things, but a place of refuge it is not. Know that I would like nothing better than to furnish your people with a new home here on Lominsan soil. Alas, racked by instability as we are, our nation is in no fit state to take you in. Yet I'll not have it said that we turned a blind eye to your suffering. Until such time as we can do more, I pledge to send provisions.
We are in your debt, Admiral. I realize that it scarce qualifies as repayment, but if it please you, I shall set about sharing my martial knowledge with your people at once.
You wished a word in private.
The better not to spoil the festive mood. History repeats itself, Admiral. As the kobolds did before them, the Sahagin resorted to summoning their god over a territorial feud. They acted in self-preservation. It may be that the Sahagin initiated this particular clash, but how it begins does not interest me so much as how it ends.
I have not forgotten our conversation, Y'shtola. I am aware that man bears part of the blame for the Primal's existence. Nor am I ignorant of the Sahagins' reason for acting. They sought to secure a place to breed and multiply that their kind might survive. Self-preservation, as you say. But we have as much right to live and thrive as they. If our own survival is threatened, are we to lay down our arms and welcome oblivion? Nay.
And so you kill, that you might live. Yet if living is a right, then that right belongs to all peoples, be they men or beastmen.
I'll not deny your reasoning. But when a storm gathers, it falls to me to see my people safely through it. That is my duty, and I shall do it.
As must we all, Admiral. Stay the course, then. But know that it will lead to no good end.
Man has ever put himself first and foremost. To justify his actions, he clads himself in the armor of righteousness, though it be a fancy of his own making. In this, mayhap the Garleans and we Domans are not so different.
Eorzea has become as a raging sea. If we are to keep our heads above the waves, we cannot scruple to drown the man next to us. When hopes of coexistence founder, strength must determine who has the greater right to live.
When Yugiri met the fraternity. Kidoki. The Admiral has informed me of the arrangement. I have in my keeping a letter of introduction for Lady Yugiri. To the south stands the gate leading to the pier of the smaller fishing vessels. Look to an inconspicuous Hurian man there. Present him with the letter. He serves as the gatekeeper of sorts. Now, before you go, I must remind you the members of the fraternity for which you would be introduced abide in the shadows of the Limosian society. Value their independence more highly than pirates, are united by a bond stronger than mithril. To wit, they are invariably wary of new faces. Though it would be penned by Yammer herself, mere words of parchment will get you only as far as into their confidence. You must work for every ounce of trust they place in you. But here is the letter. Go to the aforementioned place and show it to the aforementioned man. Oh, and good luck. Charles. Yeah. Got business with me, Venturer. Letter penned by Admiral Webb introducing Yugiri of Domar to the members of Limsa's as yet unnamed secret fraternity. So you're the woman the Admiral sent word of. I was hoping I might catch a glimpse of Franquid too. Been a while since I saw that shite-eating grin. But with all the doe-eyed whinges about, I suspect he's got his hands full. And you must be the Far Easterner that what Mayweb says wants to train with us. Welcome to Limsa, me lady. I'm Yugiri of Doma. 'Tis an honour to make your acquaintance. I must confess, when I first learned of your organisation, I had certain preconceptions as to the nature of your membership. It would seem I was mistaken. You're not the first person to say that, lass. Limsa's a city of pirates, to be sure, and pirates don't give two farts about keeping a spotless reputation. Hardly need a secret society to do their dirty work. Might be as my people and I keep to the shadows, but we are not nothing to be ashamed of. It's simply better for business that we remain unseen. And so you have developed fighting techniques suited for this purpose. I see that the practitioners of my art too are deserted into of shadow. It is stealth that our strength lies. There is much we might learn from one another, I think. Then what in the Seven Hells are we waiting for? If you come with us, you Gary, or do what's it? You Jerry. Oh, I skipped all this. You Jerry sounds good. I'm going to call her that next time when I see her next. We can get acquainted with the private surrounds. That didn't come out right, did it? Lady Mino, I shall remain with these people for a time, that I might study their ways. Though I am loath to be separated from my countrymen, I take solace in the knowledge that they are in the best of hands. You have been a true friend to us Domans. No words would suffice to express my gratitude. Ere long I hope to begin imparting my martial knowledge to the people of Eorzea. When that time comes, it would be my honour to welcome you as a student. Yay, I think we just unlocked Rogue. But not really. But really we have, but not really. Yeah, Rogue. Tome. Through the Maelstrom. Yugiri has the air of a woman bustling with gratitude. Much and more has occurred since first I beheld Eorzea from the galleon's deck. Suffice to say, I did not envision being invited to play a part in your noble struggle. But forgive me, I have kept you over long. Doubtless you are pressing business of your own. Rest assured that I no longer require an escort in this land. When you next meet Lady Minfilia, pray relay to her my humblest thanks. Would I could do so in person, but I must needs fulfill my promise to the Admiral. Till we meet again, warrior of light. Pray return to the rising stones.
I have been reflecting upon the events which took place during our visit to Vilbrand. If you have a moment, I would share my conclusions with you. Please, bear with me. When the Sahagin Elder summoned Leviathan, he employed the power we have come to know as the Echo. Though I cannot well explain the how of it, it would seem he became immortal in so doing. When the Admiral subsequently slew him, His spirit emerged from his lifeless flesh, a consciousness shorn of physical form. Thus transfigured, he took up residence in the body of his minion with the ease of a man donning a favorite glove. Long have I known that the echo allows one to pass through the walls of a man's soul. But never did I imagine that it could free us from our own flesh, nor less that our souls could then occupy the next corporeal vessel to take our fancy. It was of this that Elidibus spoke, an existence which knows neither cessation nor oblivion. And yet, though the Sahagin had mastered his gift and thereby become immortal, he was by no means invulnerable. As we both bore witness, he was ultimately absorbed into Leviathan. And the import of this observation? If the Ascians' mode of existence is indeed the same, it can be inferred that they too are not invulnerable, that they can be destroyed. There exists a legend which tells of souls who are reborn upon the cusp of each umbral calamity, that they might stay the encroaching darkness. To most, it is but a fairy tale, yet recent events have given me cause to wonder, could the legend in fact refer to the echo? Much and more yet remains unknown, but I am confident that all will become clear in time. For the present, however, what matters is that the key to defeating the Ascians may at last be within sight. With Urianger's aid, it is my hope that I shall fathom this matter ere long. Oh, I was just about to send for you, my friend. Is aught amiss?
Grave tidings from the Sharlayan motherland, my lady. It doth concern our distant allies, the students of Baldessian.
What of them?
My lady, the Isle of Val, which for many years hath been the Order's home, is no more.
No more? Whatever do you mean?
I relate only that which hath been conveyed unto me by our agents. An etheric wave of the highest magnitude was recorded in the region. Soon thereafter, 'twas observed that the isle had ceased to be. 'Tis postulated that a magic was evoked, like in power to Ultima.
12 preserve.
If there are no other matters, I move that today's meeting be adjourned.
It is done, my lord. I... Forgive my impertinence, my lord, but these orders, I am uncertain as to what end they serve.
Revolution.
Okie dokie. Well, that is the end of part 32. When next we meet, we'll be meeting Great Big Bushy Beard. Yep. The great big bushy beard. Till then, ciao for now. Bye bye. There.